Hey, Gremlin here with Hunter. Welcome back to Satisfactory. It's our 100th episode, which makes me think World Tour, which, to start, here's our rock. Always, here's our rock. We actually started off, I think, over here somewhere, typically. And then made our way over here. The first time we played this, we weren't recording, we just got the game, didn't know anything about it. Spawned over there, did pretty well with it for a few game hours. For a few hours of gameplay. Shut it down, deleted it, decided, this is cool, we could record this. And that was, 100 episodes ago, the first, 2/3 of which don't exist anymore, because that was in Update 7, I think, which kicked up to 8, which I think broke something, so we couldn't use the map, we had to start over. Then kicking up to Update 9 really slaughtered, and we had to start over again, then no, it wasn't an update, but the full release of the game. I think we could have kept going, except we had to start over to trigger the ability to get achievements, which we have now, so we got all of those. So in a way, our world is really only about 33 episodes old, 33 weeks old, however you look at that. But so we could have a lot more given the effort we put into building stuff. We just had to mass delete a lot of it and start over every time. So the latest time we spawned there, came here because we knew this was here. Set up, we had the hub here somewhere. We moved it a couple of times. Immediately started throwing, we were grabbing grass on the way to where we live now. And once we had this thing fill up, put grass in here to start burning it really quickly. We kept shorting out immediately, no matter what we did. Got the clever idea. Again, we knew where a lot of stuff was this time. Back over here, there's, I can show you where we actually spawned and where we played for a few hours before anyone knew we were doing this. It's right. I think we spawned, right about here. Where the, crosshairs, it was about here. And before anything existed. And the first time we just sort of hung out here for a while before we realized, hey, well, that cliff face way over there, that's a pretty good thing to start with. Let's do that. By which point, we, in Update 7, we knew about this coal because we'd found it looking over a mountain or over a cliff void chasm we couldn't do anything about. Once we had the ability to zoop out some floors, these are the old floors, of course, we came over here. There's a pure coal node that we can use. This used to be Mark 1, now it's Mark 3. Stores coal, uploads coal. I think this was our first real upload, or at least in terms of the stuff we were getting to do anything with.
I think possibly.
Yeah, we tested a couple and then we had a few at home, but the point is, this is coal on a Mark 6 belt, which at some point connects with, there's a T intersection bringing in more coal because we were running out just even with that mine. Yeah, there it is. So this gets our coal home, and then we switched over to coal power. There's a pond back here. This is more coal coming in, which is helpful.
I actually want to say that our first upload was over at the first sand mine that we found.
It probably was, yeah. At least in recording, or at least in this iteration of the full version of the whole thing. Over here, the coal ends up, that's our attempt at curving stuff, which works. It just, I don't care. It's not worth doing to me. We got some coal stored up, and it goes into these 4 things powered by these 2 things that came later. That's just, there's a converter here, which is, the presence of converters means everything else is pretty simple these days. We can turn anything into anything. I think that's largely true. There might be, you probably can't make SAM as an example, but why would you? You need SAM to power that. Anyway, so we have that. Once we had that, we kind of moved on. We wanted more coal. So 2 things. Give me a train, because we have that. Is it going the right way? And then once I'm in here, bring up this to A, say that we're going to go to the oil fields. And B, get this up because we rebalance the trains. It's a nice round number, it's 0. I don't need this anymore because we we're so much underway on this, we're never going to forget to do it, so that's handled. Save changes to go to oil field, turn on self-driving. This will take us just not too far. Yeah, we live, where are we? We live here, should be something moving that I'll be able to see us right there. So on the map, right about here is where we are. Oil fields are here, with a whole lot of stuff. Do we still have a bunch of markers just telling us what things are that we could get rid of? Or
I
don't
have.
really see a lot.
Let me look at the map.
Like loop in this cave, that's probably, well, actually it might be true again.
Yeah.
Every time they make a little change to the game, they make up for it by putting all the sloops and mercers and slugs back on the map. They're not supposed to grow back, but you know, in reality they just keep happening to us, so we're pretty full on those these days.
You've got like oil, iron source,
Mhm.
full on beach.
Yeah, we could clean up some of the icons. You're just making the map a mess. Although you can also... Can I get just the map while I'm on a train? Yeah. You can also, like, lock out. You can get rid of, Does that work this way? No. How do you turn these off?
The two icons next to what you just clicked are... You can remove it
I
from
see.
the compass
Yeah.
and
Okay.
the...
Don't really need to... I can leave the train here. We'll be back. If I get down here, I should be able to just free fall and then not fall. Because there's power lines and I've got that. Why am I hitching? It's just loading, I guess. So around here we've got coal that goes into this bank of coal burners. Powered by... This was fun because... a geyser thing, that's just because we could. It doesn't do much for us. Yeah, these are neat because we got it all set up. We finally got enough coal coming in quickly enough. Jump-starting this thing is a hassle. If it ever shuts down, it's just... You have to plan your day around getting it going again because... the power needed to get the fuel out of the ground to get it here to become power, it's really tight. Like, these days would be fine. We have a lot of batteries. We're going to have a lot more. But, if you're relying on those to supply power, you need power to start it up, and it's impossible. It's not. We got it done, but it's a mess. Up there's copper coming in, coal coming in. Coal ends up here, along with iron to make ingots, which are just stored here and then it's uploaded. Not really doing anything around here with that. We just have that. The iron kind of goes down here to get smelted and then stored, or yeah, smelted into ingots and stored. Go into these things, are all shut off because we're pretty full on these at the moment. They just go straight up onto a conveyor belt home. This, I think, is copper ingots going home, except I shut that down because we got pretty full on them. Where am I before I fall off the map? Where do I want to be? So then over here, I wonder if stuff's back in there. I don't see anything really good. Yeah, we probably have mercers and sloops all over hell and slugs, but if we look for those, we're going to burn 10 hours finding them instead of what I'm trying to do today. This splits off, becomes like ingots, becomes, I think, copper sheets, because we needed some at home, so I've been sending them that way. This copper is an element, well, copper is an element, it's true, but it's a factor in bringing in deuterium to make ingots and wire somewhere, which go circuit boards to make, and they're uploading to make high-speed connectors to be, we'll get to that in a minute. Copper and gunpowder from somewhere. I think we're droning that in, maybe? What is it? No, we're making it here. It's down there. This is an important thing because this ultimately makes bullets, which combine with... What's in there? Right, bullets. So there's the bullets we don't use, but we do have them. Otherwise they split off and mix with the connectors to make... what the hell is it? To make the homing rifle ammo we use and stash and upload. So when we need rifle ammo, we just pull out another 500 rounds and dump it. It's fun. That is making computers, except it's not. We got full, so I shut it down. That's droning empty canisters off to, like, bacon or someplace. We can get there eventually. This is a bunch of... We have a couple of pure oil wells here that uh, it wasn't that we switched over to petrol so much. We did a little, but it was more that we wanted plastic and rubber and, I guess, canisters of fuel. This burns some of the fuel just to get it out of our way. It adds like 250 megawatts, which these days is meaningless. So, canisters get flown off. They're just... Wait, no, that's fueling the drone that takes the empty canisters. Full canisters fuel it, empty canisters get sent somewhere. Let's see. That's basically that. I mean, here we've got a train of stuff going... Well, not a train, but a conveyor belt of stuff going home. A lot of this stuff, once it gets home, we just burn in ticket mulchers to become tickets, coupons. Not that we need the coupons much. We bought everything, unless they get more in 1.1. But,
If I remember correctly, there will be more.
Probably. I burn this stuff mostly at home, so I don't have to come all the way over here to turn things on and off. So we have a big bunch of junk going home that we're not using for anything, really, but I'd rather have it burn. I'd rather have it slowly get home and then burn on site, where I can turn the thing on and off for, whether we burn it or keep it. Next point of interest, I guess, is lose this guy. Add coastal coal. Save changes, it should just start going. Right? And, oh, there's that column of damn... so that's... I don't know if I want to look at that, right? That's going to be a burning 10 minutes of shooting at stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a... Can I have this guy? There's... that... I might be able to get a better shot at it. Bunch of storage containers built up. That was our ladder to get up to where we were... every time we got to the top, there were 100,000 spiders shooting, killing us, jumping at us.
Singles? No.
No, they're double.
They're double. Okay.
But there's ladders on the side, so that was the reason for
it.
We'll get those torn down. We're going to get a lot torn down. I just didn't want to do a lot of sudden changes before we did a tour like this. So everything's, optional. We can, as long as we don't run out of power and have to find a way to start that back up. I would say anything we have can be deleted, moved, whatever.
Rebuilt. In the swamp, it's another one of our geyser thingies.
Mm-hmm. I think that's Caterium coming out of the ground, up, down. For some reason, we went up, then down. And that was part of the making bullets, ultimately. Makes the wire and quick wire and stuff. That's the void. Do not go near it. It's really chancy to have the railroad over this stuff, but it's what I did. Yeah, this is heading for the desert, which is allegedly the hardest place to start, although we did that once on a run-through we didn't record, because I was getting achievements on this map, but some of them were like me or you, so we did the other one as a separate playthrough to get you your achievements. You're all done with those now, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, that we started off here because why the hell not? By now we get it. So, it took a little longer to get anything much happening, but in a way it's actually kind of freeing because there's a huge amount of open space that's relatively flat. You can build up a little and then build out a lot on a flat surface. It's nice. Uranium is like in one of those little mountains somewhere that's handy to get. We did a lot.
There's more than one SAM nearby.
Yeah, there's just everything.
One of them is particularly spicy, though, so...
Ultimately, everything's here. Water's a little hard to come by, although we're stopping here to point out that it does exist. Get the train behind again.
This is actually where we ended up getting the idea to do another bank over here, because that's where we did it in...
Yeah, when we did your playthrough, let's call it that. This is where we set up our coal production to power things. It's about as far as we got with that. I don't think we did anything nuclear or even especially... we didn't do any of the alien augmentation stuff that I remember. We just did what we did. Eventually made our way, walked home to the rock that we start at, but really just to see where it was and find a few slugs and stuff. So this is our big, huge coal burning operation. I don't think we have a bigger one than this. That's a couple. I think they're both pure. I want to say they are. That one is... No, that one's normal. That's disappointing. Anyway, coal goes in here, comes down, things power stuff. These should all be... I can't imagine they're not all full of coal. I could be wrong. 100. If there's going to be a bad spot, it's going to be like right there somewhere. No, it's all good. Because at one point it loops around from the other side, because otherwise it runs out too quickly. Anyway, this is, I don't know how many there are, 32 I think, and then times 118. They're overclocked, so that's what that is. 32 times 18 is essentially in the neighborhood of like 6,000 megawatts. 7,000, it's a lot. Fine. And then, yeah, over the rest of what's around, that's void, that's death. If you fall in the water there, you don't come back out. I think we're holding it like close to 300 days without a death, by the way. I'll check at some point. Train's up there, so... otherwise around... Oh, there is something... Well, that's the next stop, actually. We can get back on the train and just ride it to the end of the line here real quick. Let me get to the train, hang on. These big towers, if it's not obvious, are telling us what's in the area, so that's the reason... Where am I? That's the reason that thing lets us know all of that. It just shows us where elements are that we can pull out if we want and do something that we haven't done all of them. Edit, lose, add. That's just right down the street, but oh, I didn't save it. That was stupid. Edit, lose, add, save. And it's just right there. Could walk, but then we'd have to figure out a way to get the train there, whether we rip it up or run it anyway or whatever. Not a lot right here, which mostly means there could be. There's a lot of space. We could build all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there is a lot of iron down there.
Yeah, that's one thing. So here we have a couple of things on either side. We have a ladder to get back up here, so I can just drop out of here in a sec. Another tower telling us that there's stuff in the area. Caves that... Hey, I wonder if they... Because they had some Mercers and stuff in them. There's a slug. I think.
We will look into it later.
Yeah, I'll go this way first because I see a slug. I think I see a slug. Yeah, it just keeps hitching when I do that.
Try not to die.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Oh, and also monsters, so time to start shooting with my bullets that never run out. Just that one? Really? Interesting. Slug. And, you know, dead goodies. That was already here, though, so what... Oh, that one is what I saw. So over... Reload this... No, I don't have to. This, is a drone's... Please don't hitch. This is a drone sending... Well, it just says steel ingots home. Again, we have the one thing at the oil fields, but we did this separately to... We just did. So that's... Outgoing... Oh, that's building up. It's just slow. I don't know why. Really don't know why. That should be faster than it is. Anyway. Steel and coal mix. We get, you know, steel again, and it stores a bit, and the ingots go home, and I think these are uploading, yeah. So this is how we just, if we need these, we can make something and it pulls it out of the void. We always want to make sure that one way or another that's being uploaded for us. That's where the stuff comes from. Over here... I kind of want to look at this for reasons anyway, because the special thing that comes from diamonds, we're getting low on. Basically every time we do conveyor belts or whatever uses it. We tend to do that and then either leave it in place or dismantle it and recycle the stuff that it uses. But the sorting system was just sending it straight to a ticket mulcher, so we're lower on it than I want to be. This is making, I think, diamonds, right, directly? Yeah. And the diamonds get stored and then get converted into time crystals, which I guess just get stored, so, like, we should be sending these home, so, you know, make a note. What are these called? Time crystals? Okay. Drone, lime, crystals, home from the diamond, and of course, diamond mine sometime. Because otherwise I'll find a way to forget. Which means, you know, I don't need all this. Anyway, that's that. There's a ladder right there to get me back up to the train. Are you still just hovering on it?
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, round... Way over there... Well, not way over, but somewhat over there, there's, like, Sam and
one of the deposits
uranium.
is underground.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, am I... Okay, I can check the map. Does it just show up as a thing that... Yeah, there's... What the hell? There's me. There's... That's uranium. I can't prove it, but it is. Yeah. And there's Sam right there. So there's a lot of... And then the next stop of the train, by the way. Which there's not much there, I don't think. I mean, I guess we can just take the train there and find out what's there, but I don't think we've done a lot around that point. Getting all the way up here. Eventually. A very tall ladder.
Is the next stop northeast?
I don't know. I'll find out when I'm on the train and can look at it.
Okay.
It might be. It seems like it. I'm not sure. There might be one in between that we just thought we'd get to sometime. Next stop is northeast, yeah. Save that and we'll stop there because apparently there's a reason. And just taking the train without getting off it around this map is like 20 minutes, so this is going to take a little while to do it in any case. I could pause this till we get there. Hang on. There's a slug I know I've got before, so yeah. They don't grow back by design. It just keeps happening to us.
Another one.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots. And Mercers and Sloops and whatever, who knows. And 1.1 might add more stuff that we're not aware of yet. That'll be like, collect all of these. We're doing pretty well on that sort of stuff. There's a slug, yeah. There's a station, so we're basically there. What did you want this for?
No, I just said it. I asked if this was the next stop.
Oh, you made it sound like it was important
No.
to, yeah, it's just we set up a tower to know what's here, which is, by the way, this stuff.
That's Sam.
Yeah, there's one Mercer and that's 4 Sloops.
Yeah.
So. I don't think that, yeah, some Sam we could do some, what the hell is that? Oh, it's polyuranium.
Yeah. There's
Not much here at the moment. There could be, we could do some stuff here, but we haven't. And again, I mean, we're basically to the point that we could just delete whatever. I don't think Baros has much, does it?
I think that's where we're setting up to do the next big fuel generator.
Oh, we did get, yeah, we started on that, but then we got hooked on something else, and
Batteries.
and now we're doing this, and yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, there's a lot we could tear down and rebuild better. I don't know if we need to. We could also just leave it alone and do yet more. And at this point, it's really about making sure we don't run out of power, which is why batteries are happening. Which have happened. We'll get there. It's on the route. And working out a way to make just infinite amounts of every single possible thing that we, you know, get all of the ore, get all of the ingots, get all of the plates and reinforced plates and time crystals, and you know, we basically want at some point to have boxes and boxes and boxes of each of those in a way that we can't possibly, if we want lots of them, we can fill our inventory with a box of the stuff. How far? Well, there's that's what we did a couple of weeks ago, basically.
Yeah, which...
Or started to do. There's not much down there yet. It's in progress.
Yeah, I guess we don't have a stop for that, actually.
No, not technically. We have a stop coming up here that gets us there. Also gets us kind of the batteries, but we did find a better way to do that eventually.
Yeah, there's a closer stop.
I'm sure there's, yeah, we could just look at the map sometime, click on each tower, because we have pretty close to full coverage on those radar towers.
I was pretty
so
severe about that.
Click on each one, and we can kind of extrapolate how many Mercers and Sloops and things are still left in the world.
And what's really, really nice is that you can just sort of drop a tower in a random area, checking on the overlaps, so that you can really narrow down.
Yeah, triangulate a bit. I don't think there's a reason to get out here.
No.
It's just It's potential, but we haven't done much.
Is
It's on
that
the edge of
the place you go for the tallest point? on the
Yeah, I
map?
think. Let me check. It's where exactly am I now? It should be.
I think you're over the water, across the water. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't know. Like over here?
yeah.
Oh, I am now. Yeah. Is it that? Yeah. I think that was turned out to be right. Let's delete this stop and add whatever the hell that is. I don't. Amsterdam I know is useful. I don't think we have anything at the next stop. Maybe a slope down to get, but then we found a better way to do things.
Yeah, that's the highest point achievement. It's got the
Yeah.
pure uranium up there.
Wonder what else is up there right now. Is there any?
I don't
guess.
care.
There's nothing. We don't have a tower telling us what's up there. Well, we have uranium though.
Yeah,
Something's telling us.
yeah.
I don't know. That one?
In this.
Oh, that one's really okay. Let's see. Well, I can't get rid of the map, and I don't know why. Next stop. Yeah, next stop is some hideously Flemish term. Don't know what it is. I'm sure there's goodies down somewhere we get treachery.
There are so many slugs apparently.
I'm sure there are, yeah. Anyway. Hang a left here, go south a bit, and yeah, I guess we didn't slope down. We sloped down from Amsterdam, which makes more sense to me. So we're stopping here for no real reason, except unless you want to look at, Nazca lines and hope Greenpeace aren't out there breaking them.
I'm suddenly more interested in what is going on with those rocks that look really, really leg-like.
I don't know. I didn't
can't
do
see
it.
them.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're in the recording or something. Yeah, let's just not even stop here and get off me. We do want to stop here because we have things to talk about. Save. No path. Oh no, I just got over that. Alright. Yeah, there's goodies here and there. We can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you see
Those
how-
legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's tree roots or something. I don't know what that is.
Very spidery.
Well, we know the gravity here isn't terribly strong, so it could be. I don't know what the hell that is.
It looks like
Fungal,
a
maybe.
very large version of one of those spiders. Died
Yeah.
there and fossilized, and
Well, don't wake it up.
I'm not gonna.
This is our batteries. And I can tell from here there's a couple that are off. I hate that. Yeah, I see one that's off for sure. Couple, yeah, far enough away you can actually see the gaps that prove that something's wrong. We'll get it fixed. It's not a big deal. I mean, it is, but, well, aesthetically it is. I don't like it. It doesn't hurt anything, but
It's gonna be hidden by another layer of batteries.
I know, and I'm still going to fix it. I'm not going to do it right now. That'll take a while. This is me not dying, though, right? I'd like to know. I thought there were power lines. Ugh.
Inhaler now.
I'm trying. Okay. I really thought I would catch something on the way down. Apparently it was more death than anything else. So, we started setting this up last time and then kind of backed away from it because we ran out of wire immediately. So we set up this crazy thing to pull in a couple of copper bits. Before I remembered that we could make wire out of anything, we can use iron or whatever. But this is storing up a bunch of copper in various states, smelting it, throwing it over to become, to become wire, and the wire's actually pretty full right now. Each one's uploading. It's not like they all have to upload, except that because they're all uploading, it's 5 times faster than it would be if it were just one. 6 times, because there's one at home doing that too. This is a bunch of batteries. I don't know what the count is, partly because there's a notch taken out over here, but it's like 30 by 20 at least, maybe more. And while I'm here, how much time have we got? Yeah, we're fine. I thought we were later than we are, but we're not. You had a neat idea. Were you recording? Did you mention on a camera what
I
your neat
don't
idea
think
was?
I did. I think that it was at some point between the 3 or 4 different times we spent just, building it up. And
Yeah. This was your neat idea. I want to be able to fly, so give me one of these. I don't want this interfering, but I want the thing to exist. If I, well, if I set up a, oh, I need a floor first. Let me set up a, am I zoopy? No. We want to go, well, we can only go 6, but we want to go 5. And the reason is, these things are expensive. 10 frames and 100 wire. The big deal. We have it. The problem is, those things being uploaded, you can only have 250 frames online. You can only have 2,500 wire online. And what becomes an issue with that immediately is if you try to do what I'm about to do with more than, not Q, it's C. I've been doing stuff in Unreal Engine where it's Q to go down. 2, 4 is fine. And then it's weird that it's like snapping to the blueprint thing instead of the floor. It's kind of doing both, but it can't decide which is which. Anyway, put the floor in, because that's going to be a factor. We want that. Put in a... I'm going to have to... I went too far. I have to delete some of these. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I did it wrong. Okay, so with that handled, now put down a power pole here. And it's okay that there's no power to it. We'll get to that. Put down 25, I think, of these, probably. Doesn't really matter what the number is, it's just true. And then I assume when I get to the edge of this thing, the actual edge, the blueprint thing, it's not going to let me because it's over the edge. That's fine. Doesn't need to. Spiral these in, because that way I know they're all connected to each other. And that's another edge I can't do, right? Spiral. And I can do this edge, so we'll do that. And this is kind of what we were doing in that whole big thing. Except, you know, it's exactly what we were doing, and that's what's so horrible about it is, imagine if I could hit something once and it just did this for me, that would be nice. Which, yeah, that was your clever idea. I forgot it was even an option. Sitting there looking at the blueprint thing at home every day, and I just never remember that it's actually a real thing. Blueprints are kind of new to the game, so... That's the end of that.
Especially this big.
Well, yeah. Give me one of these, and figure out which side... It doesn't really matter which side, just put it down. Make sure it's gapped correctly, because that's what I'm angry about with that thing. But the nice thing here is it's always going to be whatever I do to it right now. So, what, are you still up on the train? Or?
Yep.
Okay. This one. Is that right? Okay. And yeah, we'll get 25 of these into the grid. Perhaps. Did that work? Okay. And once the, well, let me get it done. Can I hit H on this and then do that? Okay. Doesn't help much right now. That's actually fine. But it's good to know that if I'm not sure, I can hit H and move around. Ah! Yeah, I happened to, like, slide just a bit as I was clicking. Is that? That's right. Put this guy there, put this one, I think, there. I'll get him in place and fly over and make sure it looks right. Yeah, this is where I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, the 1-1 thing where we... Did you believe me? You can go up and down with these two is nice. That'll help. Doesn't mean much right now. Well, at least we don't have it, mostly because up and down wouldn't help me with this, but, certainly, once we have this in the blueprint file, folder, menu, whatever the hell it is, hotbar, really, it'll be advantageous to be able to go up and down with it, because it's going to be otherwise kind of difficult like hit H and then say, here's where we want this. I am going to hit H because I honestly don't know if that's right. It looks like it must be. Yeah. And then we just connect all of these to each power line. And the one side that has power lines sticking, at the very edge is going to be, as we put these down, we'll be able to just connect them straight over one to the next. So once one has power, the next will be ready to plug in. That get, that get, that get, that get. These are on the edge, for example. That. And you could actually just double these up. This is more power lines than power poles than I really needed, but it's nice and uniform unless you know what you're looking at. So I'm willing to waste the one cable per thing. It doesn't matter to me. And now I can just check if that... Okay, that's not powered, but it's online. If it weren't, it would say no power. Good, 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 good. 0% is better than it has no chance because nothing knows about it. And then just make sure, does it look like it's splayed out correctly? Is there anything missing? Should have done this earlier before I powered or connected things. Everything looks fine, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
Now we just figure out where the actual workstation is. And talk to it about... select icon real quick. Yeah. Power that guy. Select name or whatever. Get our batteries. Set directory. Add blueprint here. Is there a way to name that?
I don't know.
Because that's named, so what's the difference?
What is edit at the bottom?
Oh, probably a way to do what you're... Yeah. Probably not. No, it's not. What the hell?
I don't know.
I'll figure it out sometime. Apply whatever changes. I guess I'll just... I see how it works. And that's in there. Yeah, that looks good. Save that I've done this, and, And real quick go into, actually, go down into, I've got that stupid, that, I don't know what this does, nothing. A big floor with a workbench on it, it's meaningless. Give me Q, give me blueprints, throw that into 2. Now I can just try this real quick. Yeah, so, well, again, we're going to want to clean up a couple of these things that are off center, but larger point, give me a wall. Larger point is we can now, go up 4 of these, I suppose. Then we can fly around on top of this and still get stuff done. Probably need a way, no good. Probably need a way to, see, what the hell am I not seeing? Like that, and then go that way with it. Yeah. I'll lose that one or it'll be in the way. And I think if we just do like this, we should be able, and here's where up and down would probably help if I wanted to nudge it around a bit, but generally, yeah, right, yeah, nudging would be good. Oh, let me H it, see what I can do with it. Is it too high or anything? It kind of looks too high. Oh no, that's just because it is. That's fine, do that. And then while I'm here, look, get the hell off me. Give me a power line to play with and just... that right there. And then connect it to... Because right now these are ready to go, but not powered. This is powered, and now it's charging. In an hour, these 25 will be online, and, well, full. They're online now. Yeah, I gotta go through and see what the hell we did wrong. But, let's clear this guy out and delete it before I... I wonder if you can... Let me delete it first. Clear designer, but then when I'm curious, load blueprint. Well, let me see what I just did, because I don't know anything right now. Get. This is the one thing you can't hit escape on. It's not there. Good. That's a thing. Why is there stuff in there? That's weird. Oh, because I just made a bunch of stuff for him. Load blueprint for a sec. And it's back. Okay, so you can edit these after the fact. I wasn't sure about that. I like it. That's good. Gimme... Clear it. Get off me. Give me the box. Take all this stuff. It shouldn't be there. Delete the thing, by the way. Alright, so that is our future of... Yeah, we can just 25 at a time, and then the elements that we need will grow back. It's basically there now. Well, no, it's not. The wire has to fill in, which is going to take time. Oh, let me... That helps me get up the ramp faster, I guess. Get back to the train. What's next on the map?
Probably Western Oil.
Yeah, it would be. Okay. Let me climb this thing, and we'll go over to Western Oil. So, Western Oil is our newer oil field, which newer is... We haven't done it yet. We've got started on plotting for it, but generally it's not remote. Am I going to die in a sec?
It's our...
I just leaped over the edge like that was a good idea.
It's our second of these. Our first one is kind of in the middle of the map somewhere.
Well, our newest one is, you know. We haven't even really got to that. I'm not even sure where it is anymore. I'll have to find it sometime. This is, we're importing along conveyors, I can show you, the Neapolitan thing. Which was like limestone, SAM, and coal, I guess was the dark one. Is that limestone? Deuterium. No. Not limestone. And that we pull down here, and it allows us... This does a couple of things for us, possibly well. This was your cool, put the poles on the vertical thingies idea. In no particular order, this is kind of sending home barrels of oil. We're full on those, so it's just kind of jammed up. That is empty canisters for the oil, but they're also being used for over there. Yeah, we're pulling oil up out of the ground. Some of it we're just sending home, except we're full. The other of it we're sending into here to make polymer and residue. And the residue ultimately goes through a series. This is incoming iron because we need plates to do something. It's pretty full. It makes its way back and forth and converts SAM, the SAM we're bringing in, to sulfur to become part of acted coal, which hitches a lot. Turbo fuel, ultimately, which is going over here and getting a little bit packed up and otherwise making rocket fuel, which ends up, we only have a couple of these in place right now, but we're going to build out more, have more of these, possibly elevated if we can come up with a decent way to push fluids uphill. It's never easy. This is sending the nitric acid over here to, well, no, that's output. So nitric acid is part of the rocket fuel. Over here, though, we have a spin-off of nitrogen gas, along with these frames from home, and a bunch of... Oh, it's empty. Why is it empty? How is it empty? What the hell? We're out of aluminium. Are we full on water or something? What happened?
I don't know.
We are, and that means we're not canistering it, which means we don't have empty cans. So I gotta fix something in here real quick. If you're off by half a second, eventually everything goes to hell. It's weird. That'll fix it. So now we should have, well, resin coming over here, becoming plastic in here, becoming canisters, which partly pack up oil that doesn't go home anymore. Otherwise, it goes over here to start packaging. This, I could have just emptied this, although that wouldn't have solved the problem. And then packaged water goes that way and gets ticket mulched. Yeah, otherwise water's coming in along with bauxite, I think.
Yeah.
To become the solution, to become the scrap and water that apparently overtakes the system, to become ingots, to become casing, to become enough to use, to become use modular frames, and then those upload, but also we can just come here and we can drone them home if we wanted, we just don't. Alright, so how do that gets me back to you. Next stop really isn't one, and we just have a station there. There's no reason for it yet.
Yeah, to get to...
We don't even really have a plan for it, do we?
Not really. It's just a close point to the pink forest, which is near, Bacon.
We can go there next anyway, so let me get up to you, and we'll take the train to the Nada stop, and be right back. Alright, here's what's going to be the final stop, because home's right there, and we can get there on foot.
Yeah.
You can get off the train your way or my way, I don't care which. I'm just going to pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, from here we can fly, because we have flying. That's incoming aluminium something, I think it's...
It is.
Ingots, yeah. And the reason is, yeah, we do have aluminium production at home now with the converter turning stuff into stuff, but when we go through this, we go through it quickly, and then the minute we stop going through it, we fill up quickly, so... This is, this was a way to get the stuff home without before drones, I think, but, it's shut down right now because the final segment of conveyor belt just doesn't exist. I took it out. That's
like it's copper.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because yeah. So outgoing aluminium, ingoing copper. But, yeah, is this? Oh, that's bauxite that we were sending home to stock up on it. It's just some of it's still there. This is like stockpiling just basic copper, so that's where we get that, I guess. We have a lot of things uploaded. Oh, this is the empty canisters that I'm flying out of the oil fields. They end up here to handle a problem. They go down somewhere. I just lost. Oh, they go. What the hell is this? What do they do? I don't get it. No, that's not what I want. These. Oh, those are ingoing? Why are those ingoing? No, they're draining. It just looks like they're coming. Okay. So. That goes there. Into packager to turn water into bottles that go immediately into a ticket mulcher because we don't want them because, again, this is where we were making aluminium. We still are. And like in an older way, we get silica out of this. But I don't think we got that at home. That sends scrap partly into the void, but partly here to be ingots, to become stored, to become casing and alucard and empty fluid tanks, and that's important. We're done here, right? Because these go over to, I think, Bacon. But I don't know. One of these is Bacon.
I think they go to a special place and then to Bacon.
I'm not sure what they do. It's been a while.
I'm trying to find out where you are. Oh, there you are.
Possibly heading for Bacon.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that this is,
I can't remember which is which. One of them on the map, there was an icon that looked like Bacon, so we just called it that.
I called the place Bacon because there was a bunch of mushrooms.
Right, whatever. Mushroom icon, Bacon, whatever you want. This is Lake Nuke, which historically has had a lot more going on. We usually have some fission reactors set up in here, but honestly, with the battery backup and rocket fuel, we just don't need it. Why is it hitching all the hell? Trying to be concerned about the recording. It's just really crazy about how much it's loading and not loading. So these go here. They split off that way to send nitrogen gas home, but we're not doing that anymore. Otherwise, this is nitric acid from this nitrogen water iron plate. We have a crazy straw conveyor belt. I was in a hurry to get, because I forgot we needed it until it was time to have it, so I just made it happen real fast, pulling iron ore that really quickly gets smelted, gets turned into plates, and then get in here to help make this stuff nitric acid, and that goes here to get packaged to go somewhere. Otherwise, these empty canisters split off, and they both end up going... What else is here? Just some... we did have this, but we can do it... Well, it was our original... those frames at Western Oil. We're making them here, but now we're not... Wait, how many are in there? Oh, I have those. I'm not giving you those. So, packaged nitrogen or nitric acid, wherever this stuff is, along with empty canisters, since we need those for something. Go over here. So bacon was mushrooms.
Bacon agaric is a...
oh, it's called that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't care. This hitches our way. It's auto-saving every 10 minutes. I forgot to shut that down. Probably not the worst thing there in case we lose power or something. Well, then we lose the video anyway. Goes up because it's not going down. And this gets us to more geothermal stuff.
Ooh.
I don't care about the geothermal. It's not important enough to be impressed by it. It's just...
It was something that
it was a way to get some extra power before it wasn't really not a price, a few hundred megawatts. It's an option. Anyway, this conveyor is taking these two things over here where it gets a little weird. Like, even just trying to point out what we've done, what we're doing with it. If I ever get to land... Is that you over there or another bee?
I'm over here. I'm collecting bacon.
Please land. These end up here. That was a direct path to the ticket mulcher. I got rid of that. This splits off packaged and empty packages. Packaged stuff gets into here to become empty nitric acid, and that goes to power rocket fuel, which powers these guys, which are relatively significant. These are 625 each, times however many, like 20 of them. Close to 20. What's that noise? Something
It's
shooting
me
at me?
blowing up all these gas-producing rocks
Okay.
that are here for some reason.
This is rocket fuel going home, and then from there we distribute it to other drones, because that's really handy. Otherwise, this whole big thing is making rocket fuel for us, because we have these things like doing compacted coal for the... And more of it's under the surface here, probably along with monsters. Yeah, that whole thing. It's basically what it does, is it produces this whole... That's oil. It produces, ultimately, rocket fuel. What else is there in the world to look at real quick?
That might be it.
I'm trying to think if there's something I'm forgetting. Not really. I mean, that's kind of what we have, huh? Oh, there's like deuterium down here somewhere that we're pulling. That just leaves home, which has a few things I haven't mentioned today, but, where is home? There's an antenna. There it is. I'm gonna fly home and we'll just point out what happens to all this stuff when it happens. Make sure I'm safe. Okay, be right back. Oh, this right here, by the way, is our source of SAM. It's a pure node that it's all really full right now, but that's how we get that home to convert into whatever and stuff. And what's going on? Let me land on this thing so I don't have to walk as far anyway. Oh, let me have, let me pull that. Oh, my refill. Oh, those are just somewhere. I need one of those, I guess. And drop off whatever extra junk I've got into the sorting system real quick. But yeah, up on the... Well, there's a few things. Slip the track. Nah. Don't really need this, probably. Yeah, this, that's limestone from my pure source, which I built this in a hurry because we ran out of concrete, so... First of all, it's storing up all the what did I just say that was? Limestone is what it is. Stores all this up, makes it kind of a mess. It makes its way into concrete production, stores that up a bit, gets all through this big loop that switches back over, and I had to avoid that thing to send it up to the ceiling and then dodge this and then go. And this is plugging, because concrete stacks to 500, so throwing it in the sorting system is suicide. It just instantly jams everything up. This we ran out, so we're trying to... Uh-oh, not run out anymore. Well, bright side, when that fills up, this will fill, and it'll just stop. It won't hurt anything in the world because it's not part of the sorting system. About the sorting system. That's what I can fit in there. That's full. Full.
You mean kind of bad idea?
Well, usually, yeah. Oh, wire. Well, I'll do it anyway. It'll work itself out one day. Yep. No, that's not full. It just didn't believe me. Yeah, there's that. So, the first level, apart from our rock, has a bit of stuff going on. There's like, this would make wire, except we shut it down because we've got wire stacks to 500 and hurts us, and then we can turn it on whenever we need a bit. This is the SAM coming in gets converted to, or something gets converted. What is this stuff? Deuterium converts into fixite, and then we can make, we're full on this. Fixite trigons, which are half of what you need for these things. The other half is the time crystals, which I need to throw on my way home sometime. Next level is the train and sorting system and concrete these days, and yeah, that's about that. Next level, that's batteries. We had those. Above that, we have kind of a make whatever we need right now thing. This is temporary, I guess. It's like we're using it, but we could do it better somewhere sometime, so once we're done with the world tour, we can talk a little about tearing this all apart and doing it in a good way now that we know more. But yeah, this is sending over, that's modular frames, which, you know, batteries. Radio control units, I figure we need a bunch. Above that is a floor that doesn't help us, so we could take this out anytime. There was a bug, and apparently it wasn't intentional, that allowed if you had kind of a square conveyor belt feeding into itself and elements and stuff, and deleted it just right, it would double whatever was. It was a doubler. It made twice as much as whatever was on it, and over. So that was cool for a while, but they decided it wasn't for real. They took it away. This is those frames heading to Western Oil to make the better frames. Stuff helping to do that. Generally. This, what is this? Is this the, yeah, this was, we stopped recording around October because we had stuff to release through like March. We kept playing a bit, so we did the whole Fixmas thing. I'm leaving these here in the hopes that 1.1 doesn't break our map, just to see whether in December 2025, whether this starts up again and starts working, or if they change how it works and it doesn't work anymore. This is our, basically, drone port. This is like incoming steel ingots become things that we use a lot. Even though we're uploading those from a place, we're doing it here too, because we could use a lot sometimes. This is incoming rocket fuel, which instantly loops back in. No, it doesn't. I was thinking it powered this, but it doesn't. Comes out, starts powering these things. That's outgoing. It's incoming steel, but we're full enough. It's not doing anything. Incoming iron, which we do use. Incoming copper, which I said I shut down. I could probably unshut it down just to be real. I think we're getting low on that a little. Here's where the oil... which one is this one? Oil lands here. Oil lands here. And fills up in here because I disconnected it. We're full. But, yeah, and this is all... Somewhere is all, Xmas-y stuff that we just did. So we have some... candy canes, wreaths, whatever this is, copper, I guess. Stars, some, tree branches, I guess. This is just a big bunch of junk. I sorted it, but it didn't help. It's just a lot of stuff we made before we ran out of space and or December ended, so that's how that is. Where are you now?
I'm floating above the sorting system, just sort of running through and quickly adding a few uploaders to things that I'm trying to keep track of.
Well, we just ran over time, so
okay.
We should get out of here. But yeah, we now have a blueprint for making these guys anytime we want. Anywhere we want. We could devote this floor to them if we wanted. Just either remove the floor and then put in a floor that has the batteries on it, or go up a meter, half a meter, whatever it is. Doesn't matter too much. That's not what I want. Yeah, I think that's... Oh, and then this, of course, doesn't mean much anymore, but sending stuff to orbit to win, and ultimately we did. We're done. Now we're just playing a game that's fun to play, and seeing what we can build, and this is our buy stuff kiosk that the other half of the ticket mulchers. Where's one? One upstairs.
The awesome shop.
Yeah, we mulch whatever. There's probably some stuff mulching now. I don't see anything actually. But get coupons and then use them in the shop to get goodies. But I think we're done. I think we got until 1.1 gives us new stuff to buy. I think we're done getting anything. It's all purchased. Dude, we got all the statues at some point, right?
I think so.
I think we must have, so we got an achievement for getting that one.
I think that's the only one you get an achievement for.
Well, in any case. They're probably around.
I actually don't know if you bought any of the other statues. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't, but if I didn't, where would I put them, do you think? In here? Probably?
No idea.
I guess. Nope, not actually. That's from December. It just still exists somehow. The little calendar thingy went away, so that's no longer
I think you put that up.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I did. Same with the trees.
Yeah.
That we're just producing gifts that we stockpiled. So we still have those.
Yeah, they're not producing gifts anymore.
No, I know. Alright, so we're over time, but, yeah, that's basically it. Technically, doing a world tour in an hour plus making a battery bank, that's not bad. I guess. These are always an hour long. Everyone does these an hour long. Other people make them an hour long, but after devoting 27 hours to...
Live streaming?
Well, yeah, and building stuff and then showing, we didn't do anything today, but here's what we did between episodes, and it's a big, huge factory, which is great, but I don't know, it just kind of sounds like, why not just upload a JPEG, Did this, it's done.
It's the modern version of a JPEG, you know that.
I kinda, yeah. It's an anim GIF for me. Yeah. Alright, so we're done for today. We'll get out of here. We're going to plan for, I'm going to do the drone time crystals home thing. Resituate some batteries that I noticed were bad, and, or at least ugly. And, how are we doing on this? It's been almost an hour. No, it hasn't. It's been like half an hour. How long has it been? We'll find out. It's been 29 minutes since I built the battery bank that we were using, apparently. Anyway, we're going to go. You can like and subscribe and, stare at anim GIFs of world tours or whatever the hell we're talking about. Your face is all really light.
I'm getting snowed on.
Is that it?
Maybe.
Oh,
I don't know.
Because now it's not, so I don't know what happened.
I'm standing in the snow.
I know. Yeah, you can stand in the snow in late April. We're doing this on, like, Earth Day. It's the 22nd. So.
Wouldn't be surprised. Locally,
oh, yeah.
Weather's
could be. It's Denver here, so it's going to snow in about 2 months, and we'll get 17 feet of July snow. It happens. Actually, 2 months will be June. Maybe. Click the stupid bell for notifications. See you next time. Bye.